Diddy is on federal trial facing a RICO charge for being the abuser we literally know he is. Tory Lanez was apparently stabbed in prison while serving his sentence for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Halle Bailey finally got a restraining order on DDG for the physical culmination of the abuse we've not only witnessed from him go unchecked for several years now, but that Ruby Rose told us about years ago. And a litany of other celebrated abusers like Chris Brown, Lil Boosie, and even Drake's dumbass have all united with the thousands of black men and women clamoring to spew hate and vitriol towards their victims so they can turn the abusers into victims. Because let's keep it real, y'all don't just love abusers, you hate women, and that's what it's ultimately about. I have a much deeper analysis of the way our communities insist on celebrating and defending abusers while vilifying and kicking victims' backs in, and how it fosters carceral feminism, expansion of the prison industrial complex, and harm and division in our communities on my main channel, Illuminati, entitled The Vilification of Megan Thee Stallion. And I encourage y'all to watch that because I don't have the energy nor the desire to repeat myself here. I'm not coming to y'all as a lawyer today. I'm coming to y'all as a nigga who is sick of you niggas. I am not wasting my fucking time explaining the law or the facts to any of you niggas because y'all don't give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck when R. Kelly was convicted. You didn't give a fuck when Tory Lanez was convicted, just like you won't give a fuck when Diddy is convicted. All you niggas care about is saying whatever bullshit you can pull out of the deepest crack of your ass to justify why you're cheerleading for any man who's accused of raping women, beating women, shooting women, or all of the above. That's why you don't get your news from the news. You don't get it from the Law and Crime Network. You threaten, insult, and harass Megan the reporter. You niggas want to listen to no jumper niggas, fresh and fit, Aiden Ross, academics, The Breakfast Club, the Joe Budden podcast, and every hip-hop gossiping outlet that ain't qualified to give you the fucking weather because you want idiot misogynists who either are, employ, or regularly entertain the very kind of abusers you're foaming at the mouth to hear them twist themselves into knots trying to launch a defense for these niggas. You don't turn on the Law and Crime Network. You don't listen to real fucking journalists or attorneys because you don't want facts. You want conspiracy theories. Because all it boils down to is a fucking deep-seated hatred for women and the deep, sick belief that women are beneath you, that women are not your equals, that women are not deserving of autonomy, of choice, or consent. There's absolutely no approach that a woman can take, especially a black woman, to get justice for being abused that you knuckle-headed, disgraceful ass niggas won't vilify. If a woman presses charges, y'all go, why is she trying to send a black man to jail? If she sues civilly, then it's why is she trying to get money? If she really cared about justice, she'd press charges. If she doesn't press charges or sue, if she so much as speaks about what happened to her, then it's why is she trying to destroy a black man's reputation? If she doesn't press charges, sue, or publicly discuss her abuse, if you fucked up ass niggas dig your nosy bitch asses into her business and happen to fucking learn that she was abused, then y'all still launch a fucking campaign to assassinate her character. I am sick to death of you fucking niggas, I swear to motherfucking God. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I mean it when I say y'all are the very worst of black people, the absolute worst, most dangerous members of our community, and you are a plague, breeding anti-blackness, not just in the anti-black, violent, misogynistic white man world order you so desperately want to uphold, but in the anti-blackness that grows within the hearts of those of us who have to see the absolute worst of what far too many black men and black women have to say every single fucking time there's an opportunity to be angrier at victims than the men who would rape, beat, and knock your fucking teeth out if they got the chance.
I ain't nigga. Boy, I wish they let me join the Ku Klux Klan.
Are you niggas not tired? Let me tell you something. You niggas do not love Tory Lanez. In fact, you hate Tory Lanez. You know why I say that? Because you have to hate a nigga to gas him into a 10-year prison sentence. Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion, and he knew, and he knows he fucking shot Megan Thee Stallion, which is why he fucking apologized for it.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh, nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro, like that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. Just that, nigga, I was so fucking drunk, nigga, I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro, like, so whatever, bro. But, you know, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, that's not gonna make my actions right, bro, but I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro, like, never moved like that at all, bro, like, for real, dog.
And here's the thing, you motherfuckers already knew and believed he shot her when it first happened, which is why when the news first hit the internet, every fucking meme was about Tory shooting her and you niggas thought it was funny. But you know what happened? Tory's stupid ass team obviously missed the memo that the black community could not give a fuck less about black men abusing black women, and thus his career would have been fine. But because they missed that memo and assumed he needed to get in front of it, they started planting stories in the blogs, denying what this nigga knows and already privately admit to. At which point, Meg, the victim, came out and said what she'd been keeping to herself, that this nigga shot her.
Oh, so worry about it. Yes, this Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it. You really dragging it. I hit this. I never hit you. Oh, she mad because he was trying to fuck with Kylie? No, I wasn't. You dry shot me.
Megan had literally refused to participate in the prosecution's case against him up until that point. But you niggas put the battery in Tory's back to not only lie, taunt, and harass the woman he already fucking shot, but you gassed the nigga into thinking that because he could convince a bunch of goofy niggas with 2 brain cells to share between y'all that he's innocent, that the US criminal system was for fucking play. Y'all then spent 2 years harassing not just Megan Thee Stallion, but women as a whole, survivors and victims as a whole. You niggas spent years being the worst the black community has ever had to offer because y'all claim the only decision that mattered is the one that was rendered in court. So instead of listening to actual legal advice or legal professionals, because of y'all stupid ass, Tory Lanez ain't take the plea. He waltzed his guilty, goofy ass into criminal court and got convicted. And he received a 10-year sentence. And still, y'all float nonsense, conspiracy after conspiracy, because you have never given a single fuck about the facts. And we know that. Nothing about Tory Lanez's case is some mysterious fucking iceberg of a case. There ain't a criminal lawyer alive that didn't know that nigga was going to jail. I know, I'm a criminal lawyer. The only people pretending there's some big mystery as to who shot Megan Thee Stallion is you niggas. It literally wouldn't matter if y'all had video proof of Tory Lanez shooting Meg in 4K. Y'all would come up with some new stupid shit to say because the fact of the matter is, y'all don't care whether he shot her. Y'all don't care about what any of these niggas do to women. That's why you motherfuckers know Diddy abused Cassie, which by the way is both the least of what Diddy stands accused of at trial for a RICO charge, as well as he's already paid Cassie $20 million for the abuse you niggas witnessed a fraction of. You motherfuckers could literally see Diddy kick Cassie's fucking head like a football because she tried to leave, and you really fix your mouths to blame her, to say she should have left, as though the most dangerous fucking time for a domestic violence victim isn't when they leave. Like that's not when you're most likely to die. But you don't care because you don't care about women. Matter of fact, y'all don't give a fuck about women. You don't care about children either. This is the same community that called the little girls R. Kelly rape too fresh, too fast. This is the same community that currently couldn't give a fuck less about the decades of abuse Diddy is responsible for and being exposed for. This nigga isn't on trial for what he did to Cassie. Do you know what a RICO charge is? Diddy is being accused of multiple acts of kidnapping, arson, witness tampering, bribery, forced labor, and intent to distribute narcotics, and more. Before I even get to the way DDG has allowed all us to see and experience the kind of abusive partner he is towards Halle, let me remind y'all of what he did to Ruby Rose. Ruby told us years ago that DDG abused her.
I did see that you were accused of being abusive.
Where you see that at?
Now I saw Ruby Rose post, like they said she had like bruises on her arm.
Yeah, nah, that wasn't nothing.
But as is always the case, no one gave a fuck. But they gave even less of a fuck than normal because they see her as someone easy to slut shame. But even the inability to slut shame Halle like they did Ruby can't protect her from the vitriol reserved for women who in any way call attention to their abuse. Mind you, Halle ain't call attention to it. She ain't tell us shit. Halle told the court what he did, and she was granted a restraining order after DDG allegedly grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out my car, bitch," before ultimately grabbing her hair and slamming her head repeatedly into the steering wheel and chipped her tooth, all as her baby watched. That's in addition to allegedly breaking into her home, accusing her of sleeping with other people, throwing her phone out the window, smashing her ring cam, and more. All of which she provided photo evidence of to the court. And no, it doesn't surprise me that that's how he's moving in private, because in public, that man has done everything possible to degrade her and let us know he is jealous of her success and her proximity to more famous men than him. From releasing music complaining about her getting the role in The Little Mermaid and doing press with her co-star, all the way to this nigga literally generating an AI of her so that he could argue and shame her on the internet.
Where's Halo at?
What do you mean? He's sleeping, he's in bed, RN?
Give me my fucking son back.
What? Why are you acting like this? What have I ever done for you to act like I'm some sort of monster that would keep your son from you?
Because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public over a fucking Usher concert. Where is my son at? I'm taking my son.
Yet, does Hallie receive support or compassion from us? No, she has to deal with a bunch of old parasocial fucking losers delighting in her abuse, gloating because they think they told her so when you don't fucking know her. The way I am tired of y'all being angry at women for being abused than you are at the niggas who abuse them. I cannot begin to express how sick of you niggas I am. And of course, it's never enough for rich, famous, and or powerful black men to beat black women and still be embraced by the community. Oh, no. We also have to be reminded of just how many abusers we happily allow in our midst because they all rush to come out and defend one another with a vengeance. Which is why it should surprise no one that the likes of Chris Brown, Lil Boosie, and Drake came out to defend Tory, to share a petition calling for his freedom. Kendrick done told everybody what Drake is, so I don't feel the need to expound.
Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young.
Lil Boosie is a man who proudly admit to hiring adult women to rape his underage child.
And ask my son, they were 12, 13, they got hit. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, hell yeah, I got my fucking son dick sucked. Yes, a grown woman. Checked all my nephews out, super grown. Is she grown? She checked me out.
Just as Chris Brown fixed his goofy lips to start shouting free Tory, God said, psych nigga, free yourself. Cause quick as that, London detained this nigga because the last time he was there, he brutally assaulted some people. Which brings me to a very important point. Chris Brown is a nigga who y'all love to pretend only assaulted Rihanna in 2009 and atoned and changed his ways. Meanwhile, Chris Brown has done so much more shit than that. Chris Brown is a violent nigga. In addition to assaulting Rihanna in 2016, Chris Brown was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon following a 9-hour standoff with police at his LA mansion after a woman called 911 claiming he had allegedly threatened her with a gun. In 2017, Karrueche Tran was granted a 5-year restraining order after Chris Brown punched her in the stomach twice, pushed her down the stairs, and sent her text messages that read, I can get my money back and I'm tired of playing games. Bitch, I will beat the shit out of you. I promise you I will make your life hell. In 2021, a woman called 911 to Chris Brown's residence after he allegedly hit her during an argument. Chris Brown has been accused of rape on at least 4 separate occasions. And when I say Chris Brown is a violent man, not even just towards women, he's violent across the board. In addition to everything I just mentioned, Chris Brown has been arrested for assaulting all manner of people. In 2012, Chris Brown was arrested for assaulting niggas at a New York City club. In 2013, he assaulted Frank Ocean. In 2013 again, his probation was revoked for a hit and run. In 2013 again, he was arrested again for assaulting 2 niggas in DC. In 2013 again, this nigga was kicked out of rehab for smashing his mother's car window in a family therapy session. In 2015, Chris Brown was accused of assaulting a man in Vegas. In 2016, Chris Brown was accused of beating a woman up in Vegas. Again in 2016, Chris Brown's ex-manager sued him for brutally assaulting him. In 2017, Chris Brown was charged with assault yet again, this time for punching a photographer. In 2023, Chris Brown was sued for allegedly beating up some men in a London nightclub. In 2024, Chris Brown was sued for assaulting some of his own fans at a concert. So should it fucking surprise anyone that Chris Brown would be defending Tory Lanez, who, by the way, beyond shooting Megan Thee Stallion, has been demonstrated that he is a violent, short-tempered little man. Niggas love to make it seem like Tory Lanez is some kind of model fucking citizen before the Meg incident. In 2017, Tory Lanez was arrested for drug and gun charges. In 2022, while awaiting trial for assaulting Meg, Tory Lanez violently assaulted August Alsina just because he didn't acknowledge him. In 2020, a woman who was involved with Tory Lanez for 9 months put out a public statement about how terrifying, violent, and abusive Tory Lanez was towards her. But y'all don't give a flying fuck about Tory's credibility, just like you don't give a fuck about Diddy's or DDG's or Chris Brown's or any of them, because what you care about is attacking the victims, slut-shaming Meg and Cassie, blaming them for what these men have done to them. And it's not just Boosie, Drake, and Chris Brown publicly lending their support to Tory Lanez. It's also Joyner Lucas, Ty Dolla $ign, Kanye, Amber Rose, Trippie Redd, Popcorn, and A Boogie with the hoodie. And does this list surprise us? Kanye is a nut-ass white supremacist, and so is his ex, Goofy Amber Rose. Kodak Black is a convicted fucking rapist. Trippie Redd was arrested in 2018 for pistol whipping a woman. Joyner Lucas regularly publicly signs men accused of abuse. This man has gone on record for Chris Brown and R. fucking Kelly. That's this nigga's thing. Watch him. Literally days ago, Popcorn was fixing his mouth to condemn violence against women and girls in Jamaica, but in the same breath, he ran the place talking about free Tory Lanez. You niggas are not pro-black. You don't give a fuck about black people or the black community. You care about black men and what you perceive is their right to abuse and control black women with impunity, with the aggressive support of the black community, including black women. Because let me make myself clear. You bitches who get online to announce that you don't stand with victims, that you think these women brought it on themselves, that they're lying, that you wouldn't be their husband or date them if you was them, and whatever nonsense you think is gonna get you embraced by black men, you bitches are the lowest of the low, the worst of the worst, bottom of the barrel assholes. And I wish you experience everything that you love to enable. And when you do, I pray you close your eyes and grit your teeth and bear it when your experience is met with disdain and judgment by bitches like you who judge women for not leaving as though most victims of abuse don't die when they try. I really hate you niggas, and I hope you lose your internet connection so we never have to hear what you nut-ass niggas think again for the betterment of black people everywhere. And I didn't believe one word in this video out because I care more about the message than I do about the money. So hear me and hear me good when I say fuck y'all.